it's very interesting. We've come a long way, but if you look at the original horror movies, Dracula, Frankenstein, The Bride of Frankenstein, The Mummy, The Wolfman, King Kong, Creature from the Black Lagoon, on and on, Dr. Jekyll, they're all romance. The original monsters were monsters that were created because they were denied romance. They were denied love. I mean, the Phantom of the Opera is denied that. You know, King Kong destroys New York because he's denied love.
Right.
So I think the classic theme of horror has been
gotta get the girl.
The monster that is the result of the loss, the denial of love. And I think that's a big difference from, you know, teenagers just doing it in the backseat of a car, you know, as Jason's coming after them. That's not romance.
Right.
And even when it's a little more balanced than, say, the early horror films. Similar to last year's Thirst, by the way, which was a phenomenal film, and it sort of applied vampirism in a new way and sort of looked at the way it could serve as a metaphor for a relationship or a long-term, you know, relationship.
And the Twilight movies, I mean, honestly, I don't view them as horror films. To me, they are teen romances. I mean, and you know, they're not my thing. I believe vampires should have fangs and werewolves,
Not
you know,
sparkle.
should put their shirts on every now and then.
But the girls love that.
But because the interesting thing is, you know, it's that they still haven't got it on yet, and it's that age where, you know, it's that longing. It's, you know, once she finally gets it on with Edward, she's going to realize it wasn't that all good, and she's going to leave him for the werewolf, and then she'll realize that he's not all that good, and then
she's
it's
going
like,
to want an older man because it's ridiculous
you
for
know.
these teenage boys.
So, but it's like that's what the secret of the Twilights are, is that unrequited
never gets
yearning,
anywhere.
that yearning, you know, that biting the lip, and, you know, the feet, you know, that Kristen Stewart school of acting where you just kind of twiddle your thumb. By the way, I have to say, I thought she had more sexual chemistry with Dakota Fanning and the Runaways than any of those two guys from Twilight.
Of course, I think probably my favorite one is An American Werewolf in London. I love how he says, you know, maybe a werewolf needs to be killed by somebody who loves him, and just the thought that, well, at least that last moment there's still this human connection.
You talk about romance, The Fly. One of the most amazing romance. I mean, my God, you know, the love that they have with Gina Davis's character. That's the ultimate love, to just, you know, embrace him in all his mutations, you know.
Actually, and people think I'm weird for this, but I think the greatest romance of all time was George Orwell's 1984. Two people, you know, in this messed up world that can come together. And again, Let the Right One In has a similar thing. What is more wonderful than thinking you're completely alone in the world, and then to find out you're not, but then to have that taken away from you, that's the ultimate horror.